Princess of Wales hosted her annual carol service at Westminster Abbey on Friday, and I was very lucky to be invited along, and it was a delight. Royal editor Russell Myers joins me now. It was such a lovely thing. We got a beautiful, you know, as you went in, you got this gorgeous, gorgeous order of service here, and inside was a letter.
Oh.
From the woman herself, from
by
the Princess
royal
of Wales.
appointment.
By royal appointment. Isn't that gorgeous that Charlie Mackesy did that illustration? It's just so beautiful. It was delightful.
It's the little touches, you know, and sadly I couldn't get there this year, but I have been before, and what a wonderful time you must have had, because it is all about the little details. Of course, there was a letter that the Princess of Wales sent out to the 1,600 guests at the Abbey just before, and there was over a dozen other services all around the country as well. And what a year it's been for the royal family, especially Kate going through her cancer treatment.
A terrible time.
And she was speaking about, you know, love is the light that can shine bright across everything that maybe have been dark throughout the year. And I think that that sentiment was really carried through. I mean, you must have felt, what was it like in the room? I mean, the Abbey is just amazing.
I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And we all got a wee candle to light at certain times. And I'll be watching it again because it's on ITV on Christmas Eve, and it's just the perfect Christmas Eve programme.
It is, yeah, certainly. I mean, and that sort of that vein of togetherness, unity was running through it. You're talking about lighting a candle. Sir Chris Hoy is obviously going through his own cancer battle at the moment. Lindsay Barrow, Rob Barrow's wife, was there as well, lighting a candle. You know, it's sort of mixed in with a bit of celebrity, a bit of stardust. We had, of course, Gregory Porter there.
Oh, my goodness, it was beautiful.
I mean, he is
you know that it's
legendary.
one of my favourite songs anyway. Can you see what I see? Do you hear what I hear? It was gorgeous. That big voice filling Westminster Abbey.
Yeah, and Paloma Faith was there as well. There's a lovely moment I saw on some of the clips I've seen of Paloma Faith talking to the Princess of Wales, asking her how she was after this year. Let's take a look.
The unplanned, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I think lots of people this year have had such challenging times. Many who are here today and now. Some of the stories, not only the people supporting those in need, but also some of those who've really struggled this year.
Oh, that's lovely. She looked very well.
She did,
She did. I mean, she's tiny, but she's tiny anyway. She's always been tiny. But she actually looked really good. The kids, of course, impeccable.
Vision.
We had everything. We had ballet dancing. I mean, it was just...
Yeah, it's definitely... It's a real sort of a stalwart in the calendar for the Royals now, and... definitely watch it. ITV, ITVX, 7:30 Christmas Eve, and it's a lovely way to kick off your Christmas celebration.
I had to give this a wipe down because I had it in my handbag, and then we all got given a mince pie. Thousands of mince pies. And of course, I thought I'll keep it for later. Put it in my handbag, and of course, it crumbled everywhere.
I was about to say, sticky fingers.
I know. Now look on the front of the Mirror today. There's a beautiful photograph of the photographer Liz Hatton, who Kate was very kind to.
Yeah, I mean, Liz Hatton, what an incredible story, the last 10 months of her life.
Amazing lady.
And got to experience some amazing things. She was a young budding photographer struck down by incurable brain cancer. And so the Prince and Princess of Wales invited her to Windsor Castle. It was part of her bucket list that Prince William had found out about through his work with the London Air Ambulance, and she was there to photograph an investiture. Then she got to meet Kate, obviously shared a love of photography, and her mum Victoria's been speaking to us, and she said, you know, Liz's final 2 months were the happiest we've ever seen her, and a lot of that was down to their kindness. And I think that she experienced some amazing things in the last few months of her life. She was at Windsor Castle, she got to photograph London Fashion Week, she came down to ITV Studios, met also the legendary photographer Rankin as well. And I think that, you know, we talk about what do the royals do.
Well, that's what they do.
It's try to bring people together, to try and make things happen.
And we know about this, but we don't know about a lot of the other things that they do, and the children as well. You know, the kids are getting so grown up. George, he's turned into a very handsome young man.
Life disappearing before our eyes.
I know. Look, Tom Parker Bowles, he's been talking about his mother's health, the fact that, you know, as we know, they've all been struggling a bit. Camilla's had this horrible pneumonia.
Yeah, well, it's sort of an update on Camilla's health because she has been feeling pretty under the weather. So this is right back to the beginning of November when she'd just come back from the Royal Tour to Australia and Samoa. We were told she had a nasty chest infection. Then she revealed herself to some of the guests from the Qatari royal family that she'd actually been suffering from pneumonia. So she's trying to rest up, and Tom Parker Bowles has been saying that she's the Queen has actually invited him and his family to Sandringham this year, wanting, to spend some time together, talking about unity and togetherness. It's very much a case of that for the King. He was in Sandringham last week, making sure sort of all the decorations are up. I imagine he's been up in the loft getting the wreaths down.
These lights don't work. They never work when you bring them down, untangling them and all of these things.
Yeah, we can dream, I suppose. Yeah.
Now, Prince William, you were talking about what the royals do. I mean, an awful lot of it is soft diplomacy, as we know. Creating links between different countries. And Prince William met Donald Trump.
He
in Paris.
did. Well, he's become the first member of the royal family to meet him since President-elect has been sort of reintroduced to the fold, who would be obviously inaugurated in January. But this was William was present at the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral on Saturday. A bit of a firm handshake there from Trump, saying, "No, he's doing a great job." I'm not too sure he knows what he's actually doing, but. It was interesting that they had a 40-minute separate meeting at the British ambassador's residence. Trump apparently was very warm and cordial and saying some nice platitudes about his meeting with the late Queen, who incidentally found him quite rude, we know from their previous meetings. But I'm sure that wasn't brought up by Prince William.
No, indeed. And this is all about, strengthening ties and all the rest of it, because obviously with the government we have just now, they were very anti-Trump. They're going to have to deal with them.
They're going to have to.
So maybe this is Prince William just making it a little bit easier.
Smoothing over the cracks, soft diplomacy at play. Very, very important for the UK government.
Have they got their new Christmas card out yet?
They have indeed, yes.
They?
A very nice picture of the King and Queen.
Yes.
And this was taken just to sort of welcome Charles back to the fold. Obviously, he's having his cancer treatment. This was taken at Buckingham Palace Gardens in April, and a lovely image, sort of welcome in the festive period.
Fantastic. Yeah, that on Friday just got my Christmas off to the perfect
Very
start.
much so. So yeah,
it was really lovely.
Christmas Eve, ITV.
Yeah, it's good that everybody can get a chance to watch it when it's on the telly.